Hello people! I always struggle to make a hardcore viable character, so this is my take on a flashy lightning barbarian. He punch a pack, with the right equipment can melt bosses and maps. Let me introduce the ball lightning totems, plus... yeah, wait, okay. Ball lightning totems plus the wave of conviction traps. Mighty barbarian Juggernaut supreme sorcerer. Okay, here we are fighting piety. This is one of the most dreaded fights for me when it comes to hardcore. I died so many times. But this one is good. Okay, first about ball lightning totems. Okay, ball lightning will benefit from less projectile speed and increased area of effect. Less projectile speed means more time throwing bolts, and increased area of effect means more area in which is throwing bolts. So each ball can strike the same objective more times. And all our totems, and this build will finally have 4, can hit the same objective, so we get better damage than with multiple projectiles. The links will be ball lightning, spell totem, multiple totems, slow projectiles, elemental focus, plus another one. Last one not yet decided. Open. Okay, with elemental focus, why? Because we have more damage and don't apply shock. We don't want to shock with the ball lightning. We want to shock with another higher ability, actually our secondary ability, which is the secondary ability wave of conviction in the traps. This link have two main purposes. First is apply elemental exposure in lightning to reduce the lightning resistance 25%. Okay, that's why it's wave of conviction. And the second is to apply shock to increase damage received by the monsters. The bigger the hit, the bigger the shock, the bigger the damage received. That's why wave of conviction usually hits harder than the small bolts of ball lightning, and that's the best use for the shock. Okay, we use it as a trap. As you see, Piety couldn't stand a chance. Okay, we will use it as a trap. Why? Because the talent ancestral bond prevents us to do direct damage, and also so with the trap we can do damage. And also this has the benefit to make us immune to reflected damage, because totems get the damage reflected themselves, we don't care, we summon again, and the traps just get destroyed when after they cast, so reflected damage is they are immune to it. So we can create the wave of conviction far away from our character, from the trap landing place. So if the big baddies are far away from us, we just throw the trap and the wave of conviction will be created in that point. It's faster and cleaner. It's a win-win and win situation. Okay, third, let's talk about the Juggernaut perks. Why Juggernaut? This build can be made in many characters, but first, style. I wanted a barbarian sorcerer, okay? That's it. Second, it's a hardcore, and Juggernaut is really great for hardcore. For example, cannot be stunned, cannot be slowed too much, just a bit, but not too much, and super enhanced endurance charges. And with this build, we will want a lot of charge. Up to 7 we will have, more or less. Maybe more if we are lucky with the equipment. With more damage, because Juggernaut gives damage the more endurance charge you have. More AoE, which is also good for the ball lightning. Everything comes together, yes? And reduce damage from physical and even chaos resistance. So what's not to love? It's perfect Juggernaut for this build. Of course you can make it in other class. Yeah, why not? Probably, but this one I think is really cool. Yeah, about other gems, we use for mobility, we use Lip Slam, because we are gonna use a shield, of course, we are hardcore, shield and a scepter. Scepter is viable with Lip Slam. With our Lip Slam we don't make, we don't do any damage. That's good, because we don't want reflected, remember. We link it with a fast attack and with 45, because even we don't do damage, we hit, and with the hit we get 45. 45 is really also another great tool for hardcore characters. And on the left click we will have Steel Skin, so it will be up most of the time. Steel Skin Arcane Surge, which is good because we are a sorcerer. And we will proc by Steel Skin. We need to balance the level of the gem, so not over level it. And we link this with increased duration. So both the Steel Skin and the Arcane Surge will last longer. Another link we can have is a Stone Golem. I think it's nice because it gives you survivability. Also it taunts, so it also, yeah, it's another great tool for survivability. It taunts, the monsters attack the golem and not attack you or your totems. And Sniper's Mark, I was trying this one. It's also very nice if you put it in a link with a cast with when damage taking. So the mark will be cast automatically. No need to think about it, and will increase our damage. Increase damage of projectiles, and guess what? The ball lightning are projectiles. Okay. Also, you can add some auras of your choice if you want, and yeah, voila, our big guy ready to go. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's see how to play this build. It's super easy and super safe. The key point, that's why it's made. The key point is you jump wherever you want, you lay your totems, and you let the totems do the work. You throw your traps when it's safe to do so. Do not throw a trap if you are gonna die, of course. But you can throw the trap, and the trap will cross the wave of conviction, the lightning exposure, and this. It will add to your general damage. If you cannot lay traps, don't lay them. It's like that. Just do the totems and run or jump. But yeah, traps is huge if you can. What it was? Yeah, this style is quite useful for a newbie in hardcore as myself. So you only focus on evading the boss's attacks. We evaded the boss attacks, and our totems or traps are gonna do the job. Oh, look at this! I like this one. Just dancing around, you see? Dancing around the boss, and then you will get it. Look, sometimes I throw traps, as you can see. I lay down the totems do the job, and when I can, I land the trap. It will apply the exposure, and that's it. If you can lay traps all the time, the damage is higher, of course. You will get more shock, you will get more damage, lightning damage. But it's like that. Yeah. Okay, options to expand this build. I was tweaking and thinking, and yeah, this can be done in softcore, of course. And we can trade some defense for more damage. I have another version of this, not lightning. I remember it's not lightning, but it's similar. It's with totems and traps. I made it in a chieftain with different skills. Probably in one of my next videos in English I will cover the second version. It's obviously faster and clearing because it's less survival, but enough. And maybe if you feel good to do it, then you can try a less safe approach. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you like this new idea. Remember to experiment and be creative with the game, have fun, and see you next time with another crazy build. Of course, this is not complete builds, you know. I just put some concepts together, try to make a nice video and help you if you want. If you don't want, just follow your instincts, okay? Okay, see you, bye bye. Yeah. Farewell.
have a wrath.